Core modules are built into the Node.js runtime and can be accessed by requiring them in your code. Node.js provides a number of core modules that can be used to perform various tasks. Some examples of core modules in Node.js include the HTTP module, which allows us to build web applications, interact with APIs, and has methods for us to create HTTP servers and clients, handle HTTP requests and responses, and make HTTP requests to other servers. The FS module provides an API for interacting with the file system, allowing you to read and write files, create and delete directories, and performing various other I/O operations. The OS module allows us to interact with the operating system and do things like get system information, environment variables, and process management, which the Java code running in the browser cannot do. Here, I am on the Node.js website. Go to Docs, and you can see a list of modules and objects built in Node. The buffer module, events, HTTP, OS, path, and a few other modules. These core modules are an essential part of the Node.js ecosystem and are used in a wide range of applications, from simple command line tools to complex web applications. To know the available APIs or methods in the module, click on it. For example, here the OS module, and we can see there are functions here to get the free memory, home directory, hostname, etc. The file system module has a class FileHandle. A class is an encapsulation for attributes and methods, like here the close, read functions, etc. We will see how to work with classes in Node. You can further click on a function to get more details about it. Alright, enough talk. Let's go to code and see some of these in action. Let's first see how to work with the OS module. Let me remove this console output. We get the OS module again using require OS. Notice here there is no path mentioned, as it is a built-in module. Now when we do OS, we see a bunch of methods. Let's call os.freemem with parentheses. Parentheses are needed to execute a function. Get it in the data variable. Now let's do a console.log of data. Let me run the Node app, and we see the free memory on my machine. We can get the CPU information by calling CPU function. Let's run it, and here we see the CPU info on my machine. Cool. Let me clear my screen. Next, let's see how to work with the file system module. Again, we get it by calling require fs. Now again, fs dot shows a bunch of methods at our disposal, and as you can see, there are both synchronous and asynchronous versions of almost all methods. For example, append file and its synchronous counterpart, append file sync. Let's first call read file sync, a synchronous method for reading files. Let me pass in our built-in local parameter passed in the wrapper function __ file name. Let's save it in a constant content. Now let's do a console log of it. Let me create a visual separator before the content. Output the content, which by default will be in byte stream, and let me convert it to a readable string by calling toString method. Let's run it. And here we can see our file content. Let's see how to run its asynchronous counterpart. Let me comment these lines first. Constant content equal to file.read, passing in two parameters, the first being our file name parameter, and the second is called a callback function, which will be called once the OS completes the asynchronous operation of reading the file. It takes in two parameters, the first being the error object, which stores the error info if there are any encountered, and the second one is the data object. We can call it anything. Let me call it fcontent. Open and close the braces for the function. Inside, we check if error is not null, then we output it to the console, else if we output the file content is and then the content. Let me clear the screen. Run Node app, and we see the content as before, just that it's now being executed by the asynchronous function. What happens when there is an error? Let me change the file name to something which does not exist. Clear the screen and run it again. And here we see the error object with message no such file or directory. So these are just a couple of popular core modules. I would encourage you to go to the Node.js website to read and try the other core modules. Thanks for watching.